Behind me is DDR World. Never had a chance to play this update yet since it came out. Really excited to give it a try. So I figured, you know what? Today would be a good day to vlog this. Let's check it out. Let's see what the differences are. We'll play a couple new songs. I'll let you guys know what I think. Over here, I just basically starting a game. I figured I'll let you guys see what the new menu system looks like if any of you are curious. I really like the new color scheme. There's a lot of bright, minty, cool tone colors that I definitely am a fan of. Everything is still kind of the same with the EMU's login and passcode and everything like that. They didn't change anything much here. Here is your new music selection system. I just went all the way to all music because that's kind of what I'm used to, but for beginners you have first steps and then categories of music that you can choose from. The reason I'm choosing this song is because I edited a video for somebody that used this. I made like a alternative style music video to it with like a bike pump. But as you guys can see here, I'm struggling because up, and down is not working. You have to use the keypad to select difficulty, which is very weird, and I'll talk a little bit more about this later. You then have your option menu, which I'm really a huge fan of the micro adjustments, letting you basically select any BPM that you want, give or take a few BPM. I'm not the biggest fan of how it's structured. Having to use the keypad to navigate the stuff the way that the DDR machine wants you to is kind of ridiculous for someone that grew up playing for 20 years using just the menu buttons, but I guess the new age is used to this. Not for me. Just for the record, this is my second attempt playing this song. The first time I tried playing it, I didn't set the BPM right, and I completely failed.
I think you did a lot better the first time.
Over here is where I started getting confused because there was only so many songs to select from. I didn't know if I was doing something wrong. It seemed like way too small amount of music for this machine. I tried going into the different folders, and without realizing it, the other folders are limited in difficulty. As you guys can see here, I select the song, but then kind of get stuck on playing a level 6, which is not something I want to do. I'm here to play expert, not anything lower. Very confusing system, not really the biggest fan of it. Kind of wasted a song here.
I am so confused right now. I have no idea what's going on.
After browsing the other folders and seeing that there was no luck of playing expert in any of them, I just went back to the all music folder.
So we have this menu, apparently, or this flyer, whatever you want to call it, that shows you how to select music. I mean, I've never had to play DDR and learn something like this before getting into the game, so that's weird.
So I just got through playing my first session of DDR World, and I have some thoughts. First impressions, right? I played a few rounds. DDR is DDR. Once you get into the gameplay, right, when there's arrows on screen and music, it's always going to be DDR. They're never going to change the formula enough where it don't feel like DDR, if that makes any sense, right? During the gameplay, don't really have any issues. I have, like, pet peeves. They made some odd choices. The first thing I don't understand is it feels like if you just downloaded Stepmania and you just started adding songs, but the songs don't have backgrounds. One background, always. I find that very odd. I think that's a very odd decision. They just celebrated, like, what, their 20th anniversary with DDR A20? It's not like they don't know what to do. I'm very confused by some of the choices they made here. I read, like, people's reviews. I tried to stay away from spoilers as much as possible, but eventually you do run into stuff if you're, like, part of the DDR community, if you watch a lot of DDR videos on YouTube, if you're part of, like, the Facebook groups and stuff like that. One thing I read people saying was they don't like how the background videos are not background videos anymore. Now, I didn't understand what they meant. I just couldn't, like, visualize it until I saw it for myself. I mean, at the point of how small they made the video, it, like, probably shouldn't even be there. Why is there constantly two characters staring at me when I'm selecting music at the title screen or whatever? Constantly these two people staring at you, which I think is odd. But back to the gameplay. I like the new combo counter. I wish it didn't start with 4 digits, if I'm remembering correctly. Is there any song that has 1,000 steps in DDR? If it's not like a marathon course or something? I'm a little confused by that. Unless it's 3 digits and I'm being a complete idiot. Let me check. Yeah, it's 4 digits. Why couldn't the combo counter just be like every other combo counter? Just start at nothing, and then as it goes up, it gets to double digits and then triple digits when you get there. I've never gotten quadruple digits in DDR ever. I've done that on In the Groove because they allow you to carry your combo over to the next song. Unless I wasn't paying too close attention just now, I don't know if that's an option. The gameplay is very DDR. Are the new songs anything great? I mean, I didn't play all the songs. I played a few of them, maybe most of them. There's definitely an unlock system. Not too sure how it works. They don't really explain a lot, and if it wasn't for that little flyer thing, I wouldn't even know how to get to more songs. The more songs is just from the older games. I tried to play just basically new songs today because it's a new version of the game. I could play any of the old songs like I always did on DDR. Would be pointless to go play DDR World and just play old songs, I think. Anyways, not a fan of the background system. Things that the arrows go in front of, that like dark gray border, it's fine, I guess. They don't let you change difficulty using up, up, or down, down on the pad anymore, which, why? For what? That's literally only something that people who play DDR, not casually, not, hey, that's a fun looking game at the arcade, let me try it. No. For people who love DDR, they're used to pushing up, up, or down, down to select difficulty. A lot of times, people like me will play on expert and then want to switch it over to challenge once in a while. Sometimes you want to play challenge chart. So for them to get rid of that, I think is very odd. I think that's a very weird design decision, gameplay decision. I wouldn't have done that. The options menu has more stuff. They really are heavily relying on you using the keypad, which I've seen people do for DDR-A, A20, A3, or whatever. I'm sure that those that use the keypad will be right at home. To me, it's kind of awkward, and then half of the keys are covered, so you got like peek under. You could definitely not use that, but it's like they're really pushing you to use that for some reason. I don't get it. Now that we got the like basics aside, right? The gameplay is DDR. I really like that the speed modifiers is micro now, so like you could basically get to any BPM you want, right? Give or take 5 or 10 beats per minute. That's probably gonna be the only good thing I have to say. I do not like the music select system at all. I think it is horrible. I didn't check because I didn't play it that much, but I think if it saves your sorting, right? Because by default, when you go to all music, it only limits you to DDR world. So if you go into options, which the sorting, which again, this is what I was talking about earlier, leans heavily on using the keypad. You gotta press number 6 and then go to sort and then remove DDR world as your sorting, so it defaults to sort by that. I don't know if that saves after you unselect it, so like the next time you play, if it'll still be in all music mode, I don't know. Even if it is, the timer is nowhere near enough to sort from A to Z, so you really gotta like hustle. You really gotta know what song you want to play. I'm just not a fan of the way they have it. I liked the subfolders in DDR-A, DDR-A3. Again, I didn't spend too much time with it, but it didn't feel at home. It felt like, I don't know how to explain it. It felt like DDR is mad at me for not wanting to play just the new songs, if that makes any sense. And you guys saw there wasn't that many new songs. I guess they put most of them behind an unlock wall. Really? And then when you do unlock the new songs, they don't even give you expert difficulty. Like, they gave me medium or difficult, whatever it's called. I could totally understand the old system where you could only play a song when it's on extra stage, and if you didn't pass it, they only gave you basic and beginner and difficult. When you unlock a new song after playing so much, for them to only give you certain difficulties, I think is very odd. I like the color scheme that they used. I love like mint color, mint green towards like maybe the more blue side. I love that color palette, but that's not really enough to save it. There was a lot wrong with DDR World. Hey people, camera died out, didn't have a USB-C compatible charger with me that worked in my car. So sorry for the weird cut to my bedroom, but I just wanted to say a few more things before this video ends. They got rid of the groove radar, which I never really understood it that much anyway, so it doesn't really hinder me, but I know a lot of people that live and die by it. I used to look at it to see if there was a lot of jumps. That's the only thing I knew how to read on there was air. So if I saw a lot of air, I would kind of lean away from the track, especially if it was at like a higher BPM. They got rid of it, and from what I've seen, I could be wrong, again, this is just my first impressions, but I didn't see any information on screen to show you how the song is, or like what the song is like. I could have missed it, could have been an oversight. Very excited to try out the new game. Didn't see anything. Yeah, they got rid of the groove radar. There was a lot of weird choices that I just really wasn't a fan of. That's only my first session with it. I plan on actually going tonight after I make this video. This vlog that you guys are watching was shot yesterday, Monday. Today's Tuesday. So right now I'm going to a Bible study, and then I plan on going to play it again afterward. First impressions, kind of weird, to be completely honest with you people. After this, I went and I started playing Step Maniacs, which is a shame because DDR A20, and wasn't the biggest fan of the A3 color scheme. I mean, it was basically the same game, so didn't have any issues with it. But there's a lot of issues with DDR World so far, and I don't know, I'm guessing they can update it and fix a few things, but not really that good so far.